and welcome to the Tavern Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog. So, what's on the agenda for today? I'm thinking the voices in my head should be allowed to speak. Not quite what you think there. Well, what I'm saying, or what I want to talk about today, is the use of different voices, often different accents, when you are GMing a game. Actually, I've even done it as a player to keep my character in character. The only problem I find with doing it as a player is that it's hard to stay in character all the time. Your NPCs come and go, so it seems to be easier because your interaction with your players as that certain character is a little bit smaller. Now, a little background, a little bit of examples. Growing up, my mother always played with different accents: German, Yiddish, Irish, Italian, common accents that you would hear in New York City. And growing up, it was embarrassing if my mother got into character while shopping. And she would do that. Don't ask me why. I think that she enjoyed herself doing it. It would drive me fucking crazy, embarrass the hell out of me, but she was good at it. It was impressive. She was good. So good that she used to go down to the jewelry district in Manhattan and speak with the Yiddish inflection, the Yiddish accent, while negotiating. Everything there is negotiable in those jewelry stores, and she would do fairly well because they felt that they were dealing with somebody from their own community. That's the background. Now, I'm going to talk about how to use it in game. You don't need a lot of accents to be effective, But players will definitely find your NPC that is different from the rest. They all sound like you. They're dealing with you. But if you have the one that sounds like a bit of a little leprechaun, and there are negotiations with him and he's talking like this, and I know, you want 5 gold pieces. Are you out of your fucking mind? Oh no, that's 47. Now, if you have something you might want to trade instead, maybe we can make a deal there. That could be your dwarven barterer. I don't know. Oi, what you got there, lad? Another voice. Could be, it could be the bartender, could be the town watch. But if you have a voice like that, or voices, a repertoire of 2 to 4 different ones works probably best, in my opinion. But if you have voices that you can play with and you use them, all right, every time they go to Tenkar's Tavern, they deal with the same dwarven bartender who sounds the same every time. Guess what? When they step into that bar and they hear that voice, you've got them believing. You have them 1 foot into this game is reality. And I'm not talking the scary, like, oh shit, man, they're going to now go into the tunnels under the college and get lost or start dumping bodies. No, I'm not talking that. But you get them to suspend their disbelief in the game. And a lot of what gaming is, to take it away from the grid and take it away from its war game experience, if you're playing RPGs, and to bring it into the theater of the mind, You have to allow your players to believe. And to believe, they have to pretty much suspend disbelief. And a lot of times that is hard. Magic is real in game, it's not real in life. You don't have elves and dwarves you have them in game, but you don't have them in real life. So here, let me put this in perspective for you. My perspective. I'm a retired New York City police sergeant. I've watched certain TV shows police shows that I can't get into. I uh, one uh, one show, CSI. I remember watching its first season, and they took evidence from a sexual assault and they put it into a plastic evidence bag. Now, if you're a police officer, you know that the moment you put anything with DNA evidence, blood, semen, uh, spit, mucus, into a plastic evidence bag or a plastic bag of any kind, your evidence starts to rot. At least the worthwhile evidence, the DNA aspect, the serological aspect starts to rot. You put it into a paper bag or two paper bags, and messy. It has to be able to breathe as opposed to decompose. So when I see that in a TV show, my ability to disbelieve starts being removed from me. However, I've watched other cop shows that have a lot of things that I could disbelieve, but they keep the terminology right. They keep the 10 codes correct for the jurisdiction. They do the little things right that allow me to believe and allow me to suspend my disbelief where they get it wrong. Like, pretty much every law enforcement weapon is loaded. There is a round in the chamber, but every movie you see, pretty much every cop show, the moment they get somebody at gunpoint, they got to rack that slide. If I racked my slide at somebody at gunpoint, I'd be ejecting a round. But they're doing it for effect. I understand that. I can suspend my disbelief. So, in my opinion, using voices, and it could just be somebody talking like, yo, what you got, man? What you got? I can do that too. It doesn't have to be a foreign accent. It could be, uh, you know, somebody that's hyped up and always hyped up. Somebody has the same words that he always like to use. You're my man. You're my man. You're my man. They'll remember the little things. It's amazing how well you'll key your party up, key your group up by using little things like a repeated phrase, their go-to phrase. Even if you don't feel comfortable using accents, give them a go-to phrase. If you call everybody my brother, or always ask, how do you like the weather when they come up to the bar? They will remember that. They will remember those. It will make that character, the NPC, that much more real. Little things to try, little things to experiment with. It doesn't. It's a little game helper that doesn't have any cost. Me, I'm pretty good at the voices. I've been told that my Irish brogue sounds more like a leprechaun, but uh, it is what it is. That's often my fallback. I've got others. Some people might feel that, I don't know, using voices in game can be cultural appropriation. If I want to talk with a German accent, Yiddish accent, Australian, my Aussie's bad, but Cockney. My old job, I got in trouble twice for. That's my old job. before I was law enforcement. I did retail. I want to say I got into trouble twice. I slipped into a Yiddish accent, believable enough that it actually offended somebody. And I slipped into a Cockney accent because my customer was from the London area, and he had a Cockney, and I didn't realize I had slipped into it until he pointed it out to me, which is damn embarrassing. But it was good enough to be believable, or at least blame my mother, which I always did. What can I tell you, folks? If you enjoy the Tavern Chat podcast, you can pretty much talk about it and anything else you want to talk about that's game related. It's pretty much 24/7 on the 10 Cars Tavern Discord. Oh my God, I should go back to bed. The 10 Cars Tavern Discord can be reached by going to 10cars-tavern.games/Discord. Real easy. And if you like what we do, if you enjoy it, and I say we, yes, I do the podcast, and I do the majority of the posts on the blog side, but I do have guest posters, and they're always welcome. And we is certainly the Facebook community, and we is most certainly the Discord community. Please, if you like what we bring to the table for you, 10cars-tavern.games/Patreon. For the price of a cup of coffee a month, you can help fund the tavern, and I truly do appreciate it. And if you, going back to the Discord community, if you're a third-party publisher, if you are a content creator, if you're a blogger, if you're a fellow podcaster, if you are a YouTuber, we can give you a channel. We can make you the god of your channel, giving you full admin rights. And you'll have access to the larger tavern community. The tavern community has grown pretty well on the Discord channel. We are at 770 members. Holy crap. So if you want to be able to, join conversations with other OSR and beyond, we're not just stuck into the OSR. It is OSR strong, but it isn't OSR only. Consider joining the 10 Cars Tavern. And if you're a publisher, if you are a creator of content, otherwise, reach out to myself or PEX, PEXX, when you log into the Discord channel and tell us what you do, and we will set you up with a channel. Again, everybody, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening. I really, really do appreciate it. The podcast has been going stronger than I could ever have imagined when I first thought about doing this. So, thank you. God bless. Stay safe. Roll your dice well. And I will step back in and talk with you all tomorrow. Later.